Good.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. And our first case is 2112, Mr. and Mrs. Stern. It's 215 Pilgrim Spring Road, map 29, parcel 251, application for a special permit under Wellfleet zoning bylaw 6.1.5.1b to increase the non-conforming nature of the cottage by constructing a 61.67 square foot addition to the west side of the structure. The current square footage is 489 square feet. And the board for this will be Mick and Will and Trevor and Manny and Andy.
How you doing?
Good. So you can tell us about your project.
Well, this is, yeah, my husband and I bought the cottage in 1986. We did one addition on it, which you saw.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, yeah, he was an architect. And he passed away 6 years ago. And this is my boyfriend, Roy. And we've done building projects. And, I've got 2 grown-up kids. And the rooms are very small. It was a small house that had been on the Bayside in Truro and then was moved over. And so one bedroom has a full-size bed, the other bedroom has bunk beds. And that's about all the room that there is for everything. So it became apparent that if we were hoping to make the place a little bit larger, that the logical thing to do would be to bump out 40 inches on that west side of the house. And that would afford us the ability to put larger bed, like a queen size bed, because we're tall people. And I have 2 adult children, to make it so that we could have more space in the bedroom.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And we do have 2 letters that I know of on this. We have a letter from the president of the Pilgrim Acres Condominium Association. Dear town officials, we, the owners, members of Pilgrim Acres Condominium Association, voted to approve Sally Stern's request for an addition on the west side of her cottage, Cottage 5, of approximately 40 inches. Please contact me if you have any questions. There's also a letter from William Mastelin. William and Patricia Mastelin, owners of Cottage 2 at 215 Pilgrim Spring Road, do not object to the application for a special permit to increase Cottage 5. Please note, as a member of Pilgrim Acres Condo Association, we required each homeowner to approve or disapprove Stern's request to increase the cottage side. All owners approved the request, and Stern filed with the town. So that is the word from a butter. So questions, Mick?
No questions.
Jan?
Nope.
Trevor?
I don't have any questions. The only thing I would ask is if we think the drawings that were submitted are sufficient. The site plan and
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like a pretty innocuous request. I hate to make them have to come back with more information, but it is not quite up to par with what we usually accept.
Right.
Yeah, we had taken time and spoken with the building department and, had showed them our plans. And the previous building inspector seemed to think that, from my understanding, that we were okay with things. The site plan is better than the site plan that was received on the first edition that we did.
Sharon?
Yes, Bill.
I have a thought I think can easily solve the problem. If in our findings or our motion, we simply describe the size, the footprint size of the addition, that would take care of the problem. So an addition that's 40 inches wide by 15 feet long, then we know just the size of what we're approving.
Yeah, I believe it's 40 inches wide by 18 feet long, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
The other thought I had about it is that this addition is not going on an area that is a setback intrusion. It's a volumetric on the front setback. but it's not going any further on this, it's, the side setback is still conforming, so that's why I thought maybe the drawing was okay in this case. Annie?
I had the same problem as Trevor,
Mm-hmm.
but as Will said, we can just make sure that it's listed exactly what they were going to do or are going to do.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, I don't have any problems with this.
Okay. Retha? You seem to be muted, Retha. Oh, a little louder, Retha. Now you are muted.
Oh,
Now you have to unmute.
Yeah, still muted. Now you're unmuted, right?
I think, can you hear
Any
me?
question?
No.
Okay. Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I have that same concern, and I agree with Will's suggestion. I mean, if you look at the drawing or the map of I'm not sure what you call it, but it's got all the cottages that are on these two lots or one lot, and it shows you what the 27.75 feet it looks like to the front, which would, I don't know, just I don't see that we really need to for such a small addition.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want us to get into trouble in the future, but I would agree with Will. Let's do that. Describe it specifically.
Okay. Jan has her hand up. Jan?
Yeah, just one other thing. 5.4.11, intensity of use application to a cottage colony. We might want to state in findings that what that part of the bylaw says is that no part of any unit can be located closer than 25 feet to another. And I think we can tell that from this tiny site plan that will be the case, but I think maybe we might want to state that in the findings. It is awfully tiny and it doesn't have some of the information we usually need, but it's as someone said, it's a very innocuous addition.
Okay. Al, I didn't get to you.
No questions at all. It's a fine, nice little cottage.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, and I don't have any questions either. I just, as far as I understand, it's the only real nonconformity in this, right, in the existing. I mean, because the lot size is okay. They do seem to be 25 feet from the other cottages. The nonconformity was that there's an intrusion into the front setback, and this will be volumetrically increasing on that intrusion. But it doesn't seem to be getting into the 25 feet that makes them closer to the rest of to the other cottage.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Actually, I'm thinking it's also, cottages are supposed to be not less than 550 square feet. So actually by putting this addition on, it'll be more conforming because it's non-conforming in the fact that it's too small.
yay, I like you.
That's true.
That's funny.
Yeah, we should suggest it be increased in size. Yeah.
Great catch, John. Great catch.
Great catch. Yes. All right. Was anyone want to go? Anyone have any further questions, or do you want to go to findings?
Make a motion to go to findings.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor, Trevor?
Aye.
Will?
Aye.
Nick?
Aye.
Manny?
Aye.
And Andy?
Aye.
And I'm indebted to Andy for these findings, and we do need to add some things to them. So listen closely and then help me with that bylaw part. This is an application for a special permit under Wellfleet zoning bylaws 6.1.5.1b to increase the non-conforming nature of a cottage by constructing a 61.67 square foot addition to the west side of the cottage structure. The current square footage of the cottage is 489 square feet. Lot is in the R1 district. The dwelling is a lawfully pre-existing non-conforming structure, having been built in 1940, according to the assessor's office. It is part of the Pilgrim Acres condominiums. It actually probably was built before that and then moved to this area.
Yes, yes. for sure.
The existing nonconformity regarding the structure is the intrusion into the front setback, 27.75 feet, where 30 feet is required. And then I had scribbled here, see if this works, the unit will remain 25 feet from the closest cottage, which conforms with,
Maybe at least 25 feet
will remain at least.
or more than 25 feet?
No, I want to put this, I don't want to put this there. That's, I'm just describing the existing nonconformity.
Oh.
I'm going to move this down to the others. So let me start with that then. There will be a volumetric increase of 61.67 square feet on the front setback. The addition will be 40 inches wide by 18 feet long. That's the will.
That's correct.
And then we can add the unit.
Sharon, are you talking? We lost audio.
I'm sorry.
Are you talking? Okay.
Yeah, the unit will remain conforming by being at least 25 feet from the existing, from the neighboring cottage. Does that work? Do you want me to mention the bylaw?
No, we shouldn't
Don't
have
need
to,
to.
not
No.
find.
To do
Okay.
that.
There will be no change in use. There will be no increase in use. The use conforms with the objectives of the R1 district as stated in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 3.2. The project has received approval from the board of the Pilgrim Acres Condominium Association. There was one letter in support of the application from an abutter. The alteration will not be more substantially detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming structure. After considering the district objectives for the zoning district as provided for in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 3.2 and the relevant criteria set forth in Wellfleet zoning bylaw 8.4.2, the board finds that the benefits of the proposal will outweigh any adverse effects on the town and the vicinity. That's what I got.
I'll make a motion to accept the findings.
Okay,
I'll second that.
and Mick will set, that was Manny and Nick. Chris, all in favor, Andy,
Aye.
Manny,
Aye.
Will,
Aye.
Trevor,
Aye.
and Mick.
I,
And then I need a motion to grant the permit.
I'll make a motion to grant the permit.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, okay, all in favor, Andy, Andy,
Aye.
all in favor? Aye, Manny,
Aye.
Will,
Aye.
Trevor,
Aye.
and Mick.
I,
All right, now, Chris, can you explain to them what happens next?
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. We'll file this and then there's a 20-day appeal, I believe. Chris, help me, keep me honest on that.
Yes, I will be typing up the decision and filing it with the town clerk. That starts the 20-day appeal process. I'll be notifying all of the abutters of the activity that took place tonight. And then on the 21st day, I'll go over and have the town clerk sign paperwork. Sharon signs paperwork stating no appeal was made. And then you get the paperwork and have to take it to Barnstable County, get a book and a page on it, and then bring that back to the building inspector, and then your building permit can proceed.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
Okay.
all right.
All right. Well,
Thank you,
Good luck.
everybody.
Yes, thank you very much.
enjoy the weather in upstate New York.
Yes.
Yeah, we had about the same weather, but we needed the rain
Okay.
desperately.
All right.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay,
Yes, thank you.
Night, night.
Bye.
Bye.
We have minutes from the last meeting.
Which was May.
I'm
May-
not sure they went out.
Yeah, they did. They did. I
Really?
saw them come
I
by
don't recall
at the same
reading.
time as the, they came by about the same time as the packages being ready came by.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't see.
Well, I can resend them.
Yeah, we can hold
Yeah,
them.
why don't we postpone, because I don't believe I've read.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's, that's fine.
I'll
That's
do
the
that
only-
tomorrow.
Yeah, the only other business is I've asked Chris to follow up to make sure that we know who needs to be reappointed. The town's a little screwy on it and we're not quite sure. And we want to make sure that we've got that done because these things are in June. And we're going into Lawrence Road and the 40B in July, and I don't want any glitches with there not being a board. We'll have no meeting on the 23rd. It's the good news, and the bad news is that we start at 6:30 on July 14th with an executive session. Town council will go over a couple of things on litigation, and then Will has asked, and I think it's a good idea that town council go over the parameters for 40B in terms of what our decision-making is about. And I did send you the schedule because we don't have to do this thing all in one big gulp. They actually come to, I think they're presenting for 4 meetings. And then after that, we hopefully have worked everything out. We don't have to go to we go to a 5th and then hopefully not a 6th. So, and
If I may just jump in for 1 second.
Sure.
The person who's putting together the application, I don't know if there's confusion on his part or what, but he wants to like give us stuff in segments. And I told him what we want is the entire application at one time. And then if the board feels it needs additional paperwork, they would bring it to the next meeting because
yes,
we've never done
partial
pieces, and
information.
that makes me nervous with not getting everything complete.
Right. No, we've always had the whole application.
Okay,
And then after that, we have often had the person have to go back for additional information based on certain things, but we've never done piecemeal application.
good, thank you.
That's great, Chris. I was in a tear for a while thinking we had to do that, it's all so tiered, but now I'm told that that's just part of the process.
Right.
So be it.
So be it. Yeah.
Sharon, do you know who's going to present for the project?
I think the developer.
Okay.
Who are you working with, Chris? Who's the
He's,
name?
it's a Russian name. I don't have it in front of me right now, but it sounds like a Russian name or
Yeah, I
foreign
think
name.
it's the developer. I think
Yes.
that's who's, and Rebecca is working, she's what, assistant town administrator. She's shepherding that process and she's the one who's been working out a schedule, but
What they are doing is going to every single board and committee in town, asking those people for their opinions on this, which has
Good.
never been done before, but
good.
I
That's
know
good. Well,
Conservation
we've always had to
Commission-
send people back when it wasn't done. So it's better they get that done.
Yeah,
Because that is part of the 40B requirements, is that they have a sign off from all the different boards.
okay, good.
So that's good that they've got that. So, yeah. So, and
Now,
those-
may I ask one more question, Sharon? I think I'm going
Sure.
to be getting 1 or 2 more applications in for
Yep.
that evening. Do you
Mhm.
want to do the 40B first or the other people first?
I don't know, what's anybody's opinion on that?
Well, I mean, I guess if we're thinking it's like a request similar to the one we had tonight, well, that's hopefully, unless all things be equal, it's a pretty simple matter, but
Right.
you can get some other real complex issues as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My inclination is to say first come, first served, which is the way we've always done the agenda in the past. Whichever application comes in first goes first on the agenda. And then
Okay.
if that turns out to be the 40B and they look at, certainly Ben often looks at what we've got before and says, we're going to be more complicated. Why don't you take them first?
Yeah, we can always take it out of order on the night of the meeting.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can take it out of order on the night of the meeting, but
Okay,
We've done that we've done that at the 40B hearings before. When there was a short hearing, we let them go first.
Right. Right. So, I think, put them on in the order in which you get them, and then we'll make a decision that night.
Yeah, it
You know-
sounds like I'm gonna be getting everything on Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. All right. Yes. And I have told Chris not to send us all the letters of support, but to make them a package for us of the letters, because it's just too much email.
Yeah.
And we can, and I do not expect to read all of the letters into the record on that. We
Yeah.
will say how many letters we have. So. And town council says we don't, that has been our practice, but it is not required to read the letters. It's just required to say that had those letters. So,
Do
Yeah,
we know if any-
Sharon, you're the de facto judge. So
Right.
in a court of law, the judge would look out at the attorney and says, I get your point. I don't need to hear it again. You should just, you can have a more diplomatic way of saying the same thing,
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I got a question for you, Sharon. Are all
Sure.
the letters in favor or any against?
We don't
No.
know that.
We don't know.
We do not know. We do
Okay.
know, we will not know that until the time, we've certainly heard a lot of support, but on the other hand, there was a letter to the paper in opposition. So
Yep.
You
Okay,
know,
I'm just curious.
as I've always said, with all of these, that with all 40 Bs, I have PTSD. They, everybody loves it until it gets to us. And then, Cloverleaf thought that they had no abutters.
And then if you've read the handbook already, the handbook says that the most important person in this whole process is the chair of the board.
I know.
And so talk about putting the pressure on.
I'm happy it's you. Chair.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Well, we could, there's a town election in June. It is possible for us to reorganize and elect a new chair at the end of June.
Actually, we have to, by
Right,
charter,
by
we
right.
organize every year.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not saying anything, are you, Sharon? There's no hidden message there?
No, there's no hidden message.
Good.
I was just volunteering. I'm always willing to step down.
You're it.
No, nobody gets to leave because you all have to stay on until this is
We're all
passed.
prisoners.
Yeah, you're all going to be reappointed. So there. All right, I can entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, and I need a second.
I'll second it.
We'll second it, and I'm not going to do a roll call vote. Just raise your hand. All in favor?
All right.
All right, we went
Okay.
about
Good night, everybody.
Bye all.
more than I thought, but that's perfect. All right, good night. Good
Night.
night. Good night. Chris, you can stop recording. Chris, you can stop. Okay.